Well, guys, what's up? This is Fast Jimmy 71 coming at you from the Chicken Grease Garage. Well, it's been a long time, yeah. Uh, well, this isn't going to be a video about showing model cars or anything. This is going to be a video of some of the stuff that some of the other model car builders out there have been talking about. Your failures and what you enjoy about this hobby. Um, I asked for myself. Uh, I've been building for many years. Started at the age of, I say, if I'm not mistaken, around 10, 11 years old. And I remember the very first um, it was a pharmacy of all places. Yeah, back in the late '70s. Remember, I was a really young kid and walked into this drugstore called Osco's, and they still exist here in Chicago, but not that much. Um, it was a drugstore I walked into with a friend of mine's, and behold, what do I see sitting on the shelf? I kid you not, I remember like if it was yesterday, a 1957 Chevy Corvette Gasser. Yeah, the original one. Not the remake, the original. And it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a trip, $5 or $6. Try to find something like that now, brand new. Yeah, right. But yeah, it was like around $5, $6, and I remember I went to the corner store from where I used to live, and the owner said to me, "Jimmy, you wanna make a couple? I'll give you $10 if you pass out these flyers." And I looked at my friend and I said, "Wow, $10, man. We can go pick up those model cars." And he's like, "Yeah, well, let's do it." So we went and ran around and passed out all these flyers and stuff. And this was in the late '70s, man. So it was a lot simpler. It was not how it is now, where kids are not really allowed to be running around on the street because of what they could bump into. But back then it was totally different. So we were young kids running around passing out flyers here and there, and we actually got rid of all the flyers, and we got the $10, and I went to the drug, took it home, opened it, and man, it was incredible. It was incredible. Um, I put it together. I didn't paint it. I just bought some glue and the Testor's glue. They come in the tubes, and I went at it. And me and my friend, we were building our model cars on the porch on a house. We were just right there, just putting them together. We were just having a blast. And that's what I enjoy about the hobby. That it's something that takes you back to your childhood, and it's very relaxing. Um, the one thing I do enjoy when I do break into a model kit, I sit there and I think about, where do I want to go with this? Um, and I start envisioning in my head, before I start putting it together, what I'm aiming for. And that's the fun about it, that you can, whatever you can come up with in your head, you can put it together in a model car or on paper. Your imagination is endless. If you have the creativity and you have it up here and you have the patience, sky's the limits, and you can create anything you want. And that's what I enjoy about the hobby. My strong suit is my detail. my attention to detail, and my scratch building. I enjoy scratch building like the next guy. Um, it took me many years to perfect what I do now, and trial and error. You know, that's why I want to get to the failures of building model cars. Trust me, I failed many times. Um, I have failed many, many, many times. Too many times to count. um, I've I remember, you know, I know you guys got to remember that one video. If you go back into my archives, it's called "One Sad Day." Well, it was a Monte Carlo that I was putting together. I know you guys you got to go back into the archives. It's hilarious. I put together I was putting together this very beautiful uh, Monte Carlo. I had painted in a burgundy with a white top. Well, I had the engine already put together. I had this, I had that, and for rushing into me wanting to put it together, I had just put the bare metal foil all over the windows and the trim and everything. And I went to put the window on. I put the window on, and I didn't let the glue dry quick enough. And I was so anxious to put it together because I was just envisioning what I wanted, and it was actually coming to life. And when I put the body on, the window shifted, and the glue smeared all over the window pillar, and my bare metal foil got jacked, and it so happens that my daughter was on the computer, and I slammed the car on the table. The engine came flying out and hit her in the back of the head. Parts went everywhere. Um, and, you know, all due to rushing in. Never rush in. Never rush in. I know Dr. Cranky has mentioned this to you guys too. Never rush in. Always take your time. If you with a kit that you're doing, walk away from it. Smoke a cigarette. I don't condone smoking. I smoked, and you guys know I used to smoke, but I don't condone smoking anymore. But if you do smoke, hey, go get a smoke. Go for a walk. Go watch some TV. Put the model aside because your head is so clouded with so much crap going on that you're probably not thinking straight, and for that, it's not coming out because you got all kind of other stuff going on. And when that's happening, what that is that interferes with what you're doing. And that's where all the problems start. And I found myself in predicaments many times. Also, Cranky built, which I have to show a video of what I've gotten so far, which ain't much. That's a shame. Yeah. But enough of that. You know, I've seen myself many times in that predicament with this build and with other builds. But, you know, I learned to walk away from it. Come back to it. Even if you don't come back to it the same day or the next day, you can come back to it a week later. But at least you walked away from it, and you're not going to destroy anything. Because as you know, these kits ain't cheap. You know, sometimes $25 at a drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? There's no way, because you got to work hard for your money, and to just boom throw down $20 every time you screw up a model, it's not cool. So that's why I walk away from my builds. my strong suit in building is, like I said, my scratch building, and I also enjoy building the engines. I like CT, my brother. Dude, give me a call, bro. um, like he said, he enjoys building the engines. It's like something about, that's the heart of what you're putting together, and that's what I see, and that's the heart of you know what I do. I'm gonna show you, give you a quick glimpse. Um, it's all in the detail, man, and it's if you can come up with it, you know, and you can envision it in your head, you can come up with anything. I'm gonna show you the engine to the Nova. That's the engine to the Nova. This is a Ross Gibson engine. This is a resin engine, and there's a lot of detail in this thing. And I enjoy putting these things together. Like I said, this is the heart of anything you start building, and this is what I enjoy. I enjoy doing those first. Interiors, I like, you know, I like to leave those for last. Chassis work I enjoy also, but what I really, really enjoy is when it all comes together. And you put all that together and you stand back and you look at it and you're like, man, that's badass. That's badass. Well, that's what I enjoy about the hobby. The relaxation, the time you get to, take out whatever you have in here and put it into that. And that's what I enjoy. And like I said, my failures. Sometimes, you don't, you get to learn to, be patient with what you're doing and walk away from it. Because that was my problem. That was my fault. My failure in building model cars. My failures in building model cars that I was never patient. I was always in a hurry to get it done, and a lot of my cars got messed up due to that. And you live and learn. That's how you get to where you're gonna get. It doesn't take a few weeks or a few days or a few months. It takes years to master this hobby, and you'll get there with patience and with a lot of love for the hobby. Trust me, you'll get there, and you'll be one of the greatest. And there's a lot of great ones out there. Trust me. There's a lot of awesome builders out there. There's a lot of builders that are coming into this community every day, and it's so weird because I remember when I first came on YouTube, I was really practically the first one. I threw myself out there. And lo and behold, people started gradually coming in. And that's when the old guard, like they call us, you're talking about CT, Big Block Love, Topper Vision, The Godfather, Tripod, Bowtie Bad Boy 33, Kuwait, not going to leave him out of it, but he was one of the first ones, and numerous guys. There were we were all close knit, and we enjoyed the hobby, and it's crazy that it's actually grown. It's incredible, and That's just to name a few of the old guys. Now there's so many newer people in here that the flavor is like incredible. You know, you got different styles of building, you know, different paint schemes and engine detail and interiors and all this cool stuff, man. And it's just incredible to see all this stuff going on, and it's just great, you know, because see any of this when I first started YouTube, you know, because when I first started YouTube, I went and I punched in model cars, and really nothing came up. A lot of die-cast cars. That was really about it. But nobody showing what they were doing. Nobody was talking about what they did or nothing. So I threw myself out there, and lo and behold, this is what it became. This is what it became, and I'm shocked, you know. But you know, I'm really glad that I'm a part of it, and you know, as long as I'm alive, I'm still going to be a part of it. I might not be out there like I used to, but I try, you know, to keep myself involved into the community, and it's incredible. So that's just a little bit about me, my likes and my failures. Uh, I'm not a perfect person, and I never said I was. I mess up from time to time, and I admit that. Every great builder out there messes up. I don't care who you are. You know, the great ones. Don Yost, that dude is like, he's like a god, man. His paint jobs are like, his builds are like incredible. But I bet you from time to time, man, he screws up a couple of them. It happens, man. We're all human. So, you know what? It is what it is. That's what makes the hobby the way it is. You just keep rolling with it. You enjoy it, and you keep doing what you're doing, man. So, this is Fast Jimmy 71 saying peace, and you know it. Chicken grease, my brothers. Till next time.